Hey guys, so we've got a nice full body Hatha flow today, around 45 minutes. You're not going to need any props, just yourself. Maybe pop on some nice background music and we'll start lying on our backs. So lying flat on your back, you can do whatever you like with your legs. Maybe the feet are wide, the knees dropping together, palms on the belly and the heart. Maybe palms alongside the body. You can have the legs straight along the mat. Or if you're wanting to go a little bit stronger, you can bring soles of the feet, let the knees drop open into your butterfly. So just take a moment, choose your variation, making any last little adjustments so you can gradually start to arrive into some stillness. I always like to start every class with a few moments of meditation, of centering yourself. As opposed to just jumping straight into the practice, we really need to give ourselves a few moments to just settle in. So closing down your eyes or softening your gaze. And just taking a few slow releasing breaths, opening the mouth as you exhale. A few more just like that, feeling yourself letting go physically, letting go mentally. Taking one last releasing breath, maybe letting go with a little sigh. And once you finish, I'm going to close down the mouth, bring your breath through the nose only. Starting to really send your breath deep into your belly. So as we inhale, feel your belly, your rib cage expand. And as we exhale, feel the belly, the rib cage contract. Gradually starting to create your longest, deepest breath possible. Starting to bring your mind to completely focus on that breath. Feeling each inhale entering the belly, filling up your body, and each exhale leaving the belly, taking with it any tension. And we're simply going to stay here, focusing on your breath. And when thoughts come and try to take you away, which they will because we're human, you can notice the thought, you can say hi, but see if you can come back to watching your breath and just watching your thoughts for these next few moments of silent meditation. If your mind's drifted off, that's okay. See if you can catch yourself. Come back and just focus on these last 3 breaths here. And when you finish your last breath, gently blinking open your eyes, trying to stay with that that breath, that pace that you've created. We'll gently bring the knees together if they're not already. Wherever you are, we're just going to come and bring the knees hip-width apart, making sure that you can just touch your heels with your ankles when you reach side to side, so that way we know the heels are directly below the knees. Arms going to come back alongside your body. It's one of my favorite ways to start a class. We're going to do breathing bridge with our arms, breathing bridge with the body, and then we'll bring it all together. Beautiful way to really warm up. So just taking one full breath to reset. And on your next inhale breath, float your arms up over your head, maybe touching the floor. As you exhale, slowly float the arms back down alongside your body. Inhale, arms float all the way up and over. Exhale, slowly lower back down. And just taking a few more rounds here, feeling that the breath is guiding the pace of your movement. Maybe the eyes close back down and you continue your meditation, coming into a moving meditation. Taking one more full round, finishing with your exhale breath. Arms come back alongside your body. On your next inhale, squeeze the buttocks, lift your whole body off the floor as high as you can. Exhale, slowly with control, lower back down to lying. Inhale, lifting up, squeezing your buttocks to help you. Exhale with control to lower. And again, keep flowing your breath, your pace. And on the way down, you can either roll down vertebra by vertebra, but if that creates any pressure or issue for your lower back, you can simply lower down with complete control, everything towards the same time. Few more rounds here. Let's go for one more full round, finishing with your exhale breath. Beautiful, guys. Taking a breath here. Now we're going to bring it all together. As we inhale, lift the buttocks, lift the arms up, over. As we exhale, lower everything down at the same time. So palms and buttocks touch down together. That's this challenging part. Inhale, we're lifting up, opening up. Exhale, slowly with control, everything lowers. Your breath, your pace. We've got one more full round, finishing with your exhale breath. Beautiful, guys. Just taking a moment here. Bring your feet wide, let your knees drop in together, palms can face up to the ceiling. Just giving your lower back a little break. Nice, alrighty, let's bend those knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Little rock side to side. Maybe make little circles with your knees in one direction, circles in the other. And then gently making your way up to sitting. So maybe palms come underneath the knees. You rock and roll along your spine a few times. And coming all the way up. And once you're all the way up, let's slide towards the back of your mats. And we'll just bring one foot in front of the other and take a gentle twist. So bringing your left palm onto your right knee, your right thigh, wherever's comfortable for you. And then right fingertips behind you. So bending the elbows slightly so that twist is already starting to come through the shoulders. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, gently twist back, look back as far as it feels good for you and breathe here. Inhale, we're lengthening. Exhale, keep twisting. One more breath. And gently coming back to center. We'll just change the legs so we're nice and balanced. So now we bring the right palm onto the left knee, the left thigh, again, wherever's comfortable for you. Left fingertips behind you with a nice soft elbow, squeezing your shoulder blade. Take a deep inhale to lengthen. Exhale, let's twist on back, just looking back as far as your body allows. It's not about forcing yourself into the pose. Instead, you're using your breath. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we twist. Last breath here. And then gently coming back to the center and give those shoulders a nice little roll up, back and down. Alrighty guys, let's roll over the knees. If that's not comfortable for you, just swing the legs around and we'll meet up on all fours. So we're going to come into a nice balancing cat. So just take a moment here, make sure your palms are directly below your shoulders. Elbow creases are going to face each other. So we've got a nice little micro bend in those elbows, not hyperextending. And then let's wake up our abdominal muscles. So imagine that someone's going to come and punch you in the belly. You're bracing for that punch. So when we suck in the belly, we tend to move our lower back. We want to keep our lower back exactly as it is and just brace those abdominal muscles. Nice. Gazing towards the top of your mats. We're going to straighten our right leg back behind us. Squeeze your right buttocks. Reach your left arm out in front. Keeping your spine, your neck and head completely still. Take a deep inhale to lengthen. Exhale, tap your knee with your palm. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Beautiful. 2 more. Exhale, tap. Last one. And then gently lower your left palm to the floor, straighten your right foot behind you. Swivel your whole body over to your left. So your left ankle moves behind your left knee, your right foot comes to the edge of your left mat, and you're going to reach your arm up to the ceiling. So we should have a line against the left edge of your mat of the whole body here. Squeeze your buttocks, press your hips slightly forwards. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you start to squeeze the right buttocks, lift that right leg up in line with your hip, and breathing here in our our modified side plank. Keep pressing that floor away from you with your left hand, reaching up with your right hand. So nice, guys. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale with control, lower everything back down. We'll meet back in all fours. You can give your hips a little wiggle here. And then tucking your toes, come back to sit on your heels just to give those wrists a little break. So if this is too much to sit on your heels, you can sit upright, tucking the toes, and just lean back until you find that nice juicy place for the toes, yeah? Bring the palms together and let's just roll out those wrists as we stretch out our toes. Nice little double whammy. And take just one more full breath. Good, let's shake out those hands and come back to all fours. Let's shake out those toes. Awesome, so let's reset. Palms below the shoulders, elbow creases face each other, nice strong arms. Find that abdominal brace. Imagine someone's about to punch you, you're bracing for that punch. Gazing to the top of your mats, let's straighten that left leg behind us, squeeze your left buttocks, reach your right arm out. Keeping your body nice and still. Take a deep inhale to lengthen. Exhale, tap your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Beautiful, 2 more. Last one. And gently releasing the right palm down, straighten the left leg behind you. This time we swivel everything over to the right. So right foot behind the right knee, left toes in line with the right leg. Let's reach on up. Now squeeze your buttocks, press your hips slightly forward, press the floor away from you. Staying here if this is working for you, or maybe you squeeze that left buttocks, lift the leg up in line with your hip, foot is flexed. So nice, guys, wherever you are, keep that breath going. Nice, let's take one more deep inhale, reach up. Exhale, slowly release, come back to all fours. Give the tailbone a little wag. And let's just release those wrists before we move into downward dog. So second round, we'll tuck the toes. Find that variation that works for you, sitting on your heels, sitting upright, leaning back until you find that really juicy spot. And then just doing the opposite clasp from what you did last time. So the clasp that feels a little bit awkward. And then let's roll out those wrists just so we don't create any unnecessary pressure in the body. All right, guys, let's take one more deep breath here. And gently releasing, coming back to all fours, and we'll come into our first downward dog. Give those feet a little whack beforehand, can't forget that. Alrighty, so palms come slightly in front of your shoulders. Tuck those toes and let's gently lift on up to our downward dog. When you're ready, just starting to wake up your whole body here. So there's no wrong or right, stretching your legs, pedaling out the feet, maybe a little twisting through those hips. Just whatever's feeling good in this moment. You've got 3 more breaths. And just using those breaths to gradually find some stillness. Final breath here. Nice. Now as you inhale, float your right leg up to the ceiling, keep your hips square. Exhale, big step in between your palms and breathe. Now lower that back knee down, untuck your toes, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Let your hips sink on down and then just checking, can you still engage abdominal muscles? So we want to be able to support the lower back here, not dump into the lower back. Nice, now soften through the shoulders, but keep the arms, the fingertips active. 3 more breaths. Two more here. Stay for that last exhale. And gently release your palms. Let's tuck your back toes, lift that knee off the floor. Press your hips up to the ceiling. Use your abdominal muscles to bring that knee into your chest. And we meet back in downward dog. We're here for just 1 full breath. As we inhale, float that left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, big step in between your palms. Let's lower that back knee down, untuck your toes, reach everything up, and let yourself sink on down. Checking in that that front knee always stays above the ankle. Making sure we're engaging our abdominal muscles, supporting our lower back here. Shoulders stay soft, facial muscles stay soft. Arms, fingertips stay nice and strong for these next 3 breaths. Staying for your final full breath. And gently release your palms down to the floor, frame your foot. Tuck your back toes, lift that knee. You can come onto your fingertips of your left hand if you need a little bit more space. Let's squeeze that thigh into our chest, use your abdominal muscles, and meet back in your downward dog and breathe. Taking just one more full breath here. And on your next inhale, we're going to float on forwards into our plank pose and pause here. So for those of you that come to my classes, you know I love a good old-fashioned plank. It's a beautiful way, not necessarily to strengthen the body, but to strengthen the mind. So whenever you feel like you want to come out of the pose, just bring a little smile onto your face. I promise you it works. It sends a message to your brain that tells you you like what you're doing. And that doesn't work, let's focus on technique. So press your heels towards the back wall, press your chest away from the floor. Keep that breath going deep into your belly. Option to shift forwards, lower the knees to the floor if you need. We're almost there, guys. So nice, let's take one more deep inhale. As we exhale, everyone shift forwards, drop your knees to the floor, untuck your toes and breathe. Now super slowly start to bend your elbows, hug them in towards your body, and we're going to lower onto our belly. Nice. And then gently lifting your head and chest, lower the forearms on the floor in front of you. And we're going to take a few moments now, Sphinx pose. So making sure arms are shoulder width apart and parallel. You're really pressing the floor away from you. So we're not dumping into our shoulders, we're lifting and opening. And now relax your legs and buttocks completely and not even using them a tiny bit. Now if at any point this starts to feel a little bit intense for your lower back, you can always send your forearms, your elbows further away from you to decrease that arch in the back. But if you are wanting to go a little bit stronger, just bringing those elbows nice and close. So have a little play for a moment, find the variation that's working for you, as we are going to be here for quite a few breaths. Let's close down the eyes. Keep bringing your chin slightly towards your chest, the back of your neck is long. And come back to noticing your breath. Feeling that as you inhale, your belly pushes out against the mat, lifting your body. And as you exhale, your belly sinks in, helping to relax your legs and buttocks a little bit more. Starting to feel the mind quieten as you notice and focus on how the breath moves the body. How the breath helps you in each pose. Taking one more deep inhale, really press the floor away from you. Exhale, let's slide those elbows out to the side. Rest your forehead on your palms and just breathe. I might like to give those hips a gentle rock side to side, just releasing any pressure from the lower back. So nice, guys. Let's place the palms underneath our shoulders, tuck your toes, gently press back up to all fours, maybe sink through a little child's pose, and we'll meet back in downward dog. Taking 3 long deep breaths. Two more. Final breath here. And gently gaze towards your palms, bend your knees, teeny tiny baby steps. Walk up to your palms, stretching your legs as you make your way all the way up. You can come onto your fingertips and let's meet in a nice forward fold. Bend your knees, holding the elbows with your palms. Maybe having a sway with your whole body side to side. Maybe nodding your head yes and no, just feeling yourself release any tension here. And opening, closing your mouth, releasing those facial muscles. We'll take just one more deep inhale, fill up your belly. Exhale, release your fingertips to the floor. As we inhale, find a halfway lift, so lengthen your spine, gaze forwards here. Few options, fingertips can be on the floor or on your shins if they're not reaching. Little teeny tiny bend in your knees so we're not hyperextending the joints. Engage your abdominal muscles. Shoulders draw away from your ears. So good, let's take one more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend the knees a little bit more if you need. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, one more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Keep that bend in your knees. Inhale, use your arms to reach up to standing. Through that halfway lift, your spine is straight, maybe look up. Exhale, just the palms release in front of your chest and breathe. Let's release those arms alongside your body. And just finding your Tadasana, knees and feet, hip width apart and parallel. You're actively pressing your feet into the ground, contracting your thighs, lift your kneecaps up your legs. Engage abdominal muscles. Remember that sensation that someone's going to come and punch you. Might like to roll those shoulders up, back and down, keeping them away from your ears. Then actively reach your fingertips towards the floor. Maybe you close down your eyes or soften your gaze. Come back to your breath for just a few moments here. And then gently blinking open the eyes if they're closed. We're going to sit up for a nice little balancing pose. So for this first balance, I'll come and face towards you guys. We've got our tree pose. So find something directly in front of you, glue your eyes to that point. Keeping that strong Tadasana so your legs are active, you're using your thigh muscles to help you here, keeping the core engaged. We're going to shift the weight of the body over to our right leg and bring your left foot either to your ankle, maybe to your calf, or maybe up into your thigh. So wherever you go, avoiding the knee. And take a moment here. Press your foot into the thigh. Press your thigh into the foot. So there's a lot of friction, a lot of energy at that meeting point, making it nice and strong. And then when you're ready, palms can come in front of your chest in prayer. Maybe they stay here. Maybe reach the arms up over your head. Or option to open them out like branches of a tree. Whatever's working for you, there's no wrong or right here. Shoulders stay soft, facial muscles stay soft. Find your breath. Oops, bit wobbly. Slow that breath down. Enjoy these next few moments of stillness. Beautiful control, guys. You've got one more breath. Nice. With control, let's slowly bring the palms back in front of our chest if they're not already there. Lift that left knee into your chest, little micro bend in your right leg. And then we're gently going to step back into our crescent lunge. So big step back, coming into a nice lunge. Reaching those arms up to the ceiling. Take a moment, check in that front knee's directly above your ankle. If you need a little bend in your back knee, go for it. Little squeeze of those inner thighs together, working at keeping those hips nice and square. Arms straight and strong. We're only here for 2 more breaths. Last one, you've got it. And then opening up to warrior 2, back heel lowers down to the ground. So take a moment, find your warrior 2. Again, front knee above the ankle, but this time we can see the big toe. Maybe we can see the second toe from the inside of your knee. So squeeze your right buttocks, open up that knee. Back foot with the toes slightly pointing inwards, back leg straight and strong. Shoulders are soft, arms are strong. We're going to take a nice gentle flow here. So on your next inhale breath, slowly reach everything up, softly straighten that leg. Exhale, sink back down. 3 more. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, releasing. As we inhale, we're straightening that leg, but keep a little micro bend, no hyperextending the joints. Exhale to release. Last one. Beautiful. As we inhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your palms down to frame your front foot. Let's use our abdominal muscles to squeeze that thigh into our belly and gently meet back in downward dog. 3 full breaths here. 2 more. Final breath. Nice, let's gaze forwards, bend those knees, teeny tiny baby steps. Really stretching the backs of your legs as you make your way up. Bend the knees as much as you need, come up onto your fingertips when you need. And let's take a nice fold. So this time holding the opposite elbows that you held last time, that hold that's going to feel a little bit awkward. And again, you might have a little sway. You might nod your head, yes or no. Being mindful that you're still soft in those knees. Bend the knees so we're not feeling any pressure in the lower back. Just a few more moments here, feeling that nice lengthening sensation coming down the backs of your legs, down your spine. And you've got one more deep inhale. Exhale, release the fingertips to the floor. Inhale, let's find that halfway lift. So engage abdominal muscles, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, halfway. Palms can always come to the shins. Exhale, fold. Let's keep that nice bend in your knees. Use your abdominal muscles, even your buttocks muscles, to reach up to standing. Maybe you look up. Exhale, just the palms release. So good. Let's bring those arms alongside the body. Take a moment to find our Tadasana. So remember, we're not just simply standing here. This is a really active pose. I want you to root your feet into the floor. Contract your thighs. Feel that your kneecaps are lifting up your legs. Engage your abdominal muscles. Prepare for that punch. Slight drawing in of your rib cage. Shoulders can roll up, back and down. And then reach your fingertips towards the floor. Option to close your eyes. We're here for just a few breaths. So nice, guys. And let's gently blink open the eyes if they're closed. And we'll set up for our tree pose. Okay, so let's find that focal point, a drishti. Glue your eyes to that point in front of you. Keeping your Tadasana body, let's shift the weight over to the left leg. You can bring the right foot either to your ankle, your calf, or maybe up into your thigh. Remember, we're avoiding the knee, and wherever that foot goes, press your foot into your thigh, press your thigh back into your foot. Create lots of power at that meeting point. When you're ready, palms can come in front of your chest in prayer. Maybe you reach them up to the ceiling or open them out. Whatever you do, just make sure it's the same thing that you did on the other side. And let's just enjoy this stillness here, keeping the strength in those legs, your core. And what's really nice about balancing poses, and I love them so much, is because as soon as you think, as soon as your mind wanders off, you tend to lose the balance. So they're a beautiful way to really help us focus, to help us be here in this exact moment with all the wobbles. Just a few more breaths. Stay with it. You've got one more full breath. So nice. Let's bring those palms back in front of our chest with control. Lift that knee into your chest. Start to bend your left leg, and we'll take a big step back into our crescent lunge. So adjusting your stance as much as you need. Go ahead, reach those arms up to the ceiling. Maybe you have space to sink a little bit deeper. Remember, little bend in that back knee, that's perfectly fine. Inner thighs squeezing together, making sure that front knee is directly above your ankle. And let's take just another 2 breaths here. Last one. Nice. And we'll open up to our warrior 2. So taking your time, So taking your time to find your warrior. Front knee, you can see from the inside, your big toe, maybe your second toe. Remember, we're squeezing that left buttocks. Back toes are slightly in, and the weight of your body's right in the middle, so your legs are feeling super strong and even here. Shoulders are soft. Let's take one more breath before we flow. Inhale, reaching everything up, keeping a micro bend in that front knee. Exhale, sinking down. 3 more rounds. Sinking as low as you can. 2 more. Last one, reaching up. Exhale, sinking down. As we inhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the palms to frame your front foot. Use those abdominal muscles, squeeze that thigh into your chest. And we'll meet back in downward dog. So nice, guys. If you need to move, give yourself a little wiggle out here. Just got another 3 breaths. One more breath here. Nice. Now gazing towards your palms with a big step, bring your right foot outside of your right palm, left foot outside of left palm. Toes are pointing slightly out and we come on down into our yogi squat. Now if that's a little bit intense for you, that's totally fine. You can come down, wiggle the feet together and sit in Sukhasana pose. So take the variation for you, don't want to be in pain here. If you are comfortable in your squat, you're going to bring the elbows inside your knees. So really lengthen your spine, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Close down your eyes or soften your gaze. Come back to connecting with that inhale, the belly expands out. Exhale, the belly sinks in. Taking one more breath in whichever variation you're in. Let's gently lower the palms behind us. Bring the buttocks to the floor. Nice, guys. And if you're in Sukhasana, let's meet with the knees bent, feet flat on the floor. We'll take a nice deep inhale, lengthen your spine, straighten your arms. And as you exhale, so slowly with control, coming all the way down to lying. Option to hold the backs of your thighs if you need a little extra support. Take as many breaths as you need. And once you're all the way down, you can stretch those arms out, stretch the legs out. Take a moment here and just feel nice and spacious. Beautiful, guys. Bending those knees, feet come back to be flat on your floor. Arms are going to go out to the side in line with your shoulders. Let's lift the buttocks and just shuffle it over to the right side as far as it can go. And let your knees drop over to the left. And you can look to the right if that feels okay for your neck. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can bring your left ankle on top of your right knee. If you want to go even deeper, you can cross your right leg around your left. Only if that feels okay. And making sure that this right shoulder stays glued to the floor. Maybe the eyes close down. So we just start to unwind from the practice now. We start to balance out that strength with softness. Allowing the body to start to let go. One more full breath. And gently coming back to the center. Bring those knees all the way back. Bring the buttocks back so your spine's nice and straight again. And then we're going to bring our right ankle on top of our left knee. Flex your right foot. Then reach through that little window of your legs. You can grab the left thigh. If you have a little more space, you can grab over that left knee, whatever's working for you. Now we want to soften through the shoulders. Relax your head and neck. If your head is coming off the floor, you can just bring a pillow underneath the head so it can relax completely. And really find your edge here. So we want to get a nice release with that right buttocks, that right hip. So squeezing the legs in as strongly as you can. Just a few more breaths. Let's take one more deep inhale. Really squeeze those legs in. Exhale, let them go, straighten them out along the ground. Give yourself a little shake out. So good. Let's go straight over to the other side. So bending your knees, feet flat on the floor. Arms go out to the side. Buttocks will shuffle over to the left. Knees can drop to the right. Can look to the left if the neck feels good like that. And then just remembering whatever variation you took on the other side, take that same variation. So maybe you stay as you are, or maybe you hook that ankle on top of the knee. Maybe you wrap and cross that leg around. So remember, always keeping the left shoulder glued to the floor wherever you go. And then start to feel some softness coming on in. With each exhale breath, maybe just letting go of those muscles a little bit more. Final breath. Gently coming back to the center. Let's bring that buttocks back in so you're nice and straight. And then that left ankle is going to come on top of your right knee. Flexing the left foot, and let's reach on up. You can grab either the right thigh. If you do have space, you can reach over and grab the right knee. Or maybe you start holding the thigh, and then after a few breaths you can grab that right knee. So remember, we want to come right to your edge here. We're not just hanging out in the comfort zone. We're wanting to give the body a nice big release. So finding that limit, squeezing it all in, and just using your breath to help you stay here. So good, guys. Let's take one more deep inhale. Really squeeze those legs in. As you exhale, let it go. Awesome. Let's give ourselves a little shake if you like. And it's time for Shavasana, your final relaxation, your final meditation. So just making any adjustments that you need to make. If the lower back is feeling a little bit funny, you can bring a bolster or a pillow underneath your knees. You can always bring the feet wide and let the knees drop in together. Otherwise, legs nice and straight, as wide as you can. Again, that's going to help release pressure from the hips and lower back. Palms facing up to the ceiling, just being open to receiving energy. Let's close down the eyes. Start to let go of control over your body. Let go of control over your breath. Come to be in your complete natural state. No effort, no force. This is your time to simply observe, just being. Slowly starting to bring your awareness back. You can deepen your breath, helping to reawaken. Wriggling toes, fingers, maybe turning your head side to side. You can bring those legs close together. We'll stretch those arms out above your head. Take a really deep inhale, stretch your body, squeeze all your facial muscles together, hold the breath, and let it all go. So nice, guys. Let's bring those knees up into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, a nice little hug here. And then gently just rolling over to whichever side you like. Come and press up to sitting. So we just come back to one foot in front of the other. Sitting up with a nice tall spine. You can roll those shoulders in one direction, and roll those shoulders in another. Closing down your eyes, just taking a final moment, staying with that connection that you've created between your mind and your body. Just knowing that they work together as one. Palms can come in front of your chest in prayer. Let's take one clearing breath together. Inhale from the belly. Exhale, let it go. Namaste. Thanks, guys. If you have any comments, any questions, please just leave them below. And as always, we'll see you again soon.